Welcome to the Mad Panda podcast, where hip hop doesn't have an expiration date. I am Nate, along here with my co-host Silas, and today we're diving deep into everything hip hop. So let's get it.
And as usual, if you like what you're hearing, please like, subscribe, and share so we can get this out there and keep building. So thanks for tuning in.
Yeah,
I think today we are going to touch on some of my favorite albums. I threw them out to Nate and had him check them out. As you probably know, I'm a pretty big Native Tongues fan. Probably in my mind the best collective of all time in hip hop.
mm-hmm.
But primarily people only think about De La and Tribe. Those are the ones that everybody thinks of when you think of Native Tongues. But there was a couple other groups. There was Jungle Brothers and there was Black Sheep. Shirley was involved. Money Love. I think we talked about this before. I can't remember if Queen Latifah was officially a member of Native Tongues or not. But
She was just probably associated with.
yeah, so
Okay.
but like I said, the focus always goes to Tribe and De La. And then lesser a little bit, people will talk about Jungle Brothers.
Yeah.
I don't hear too many people talking about Black Sheep that often, but they're actually they're Black Sheep's first album. Like for the Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. Sorry, I couldn't remember it. And Jungle Brothers' second album, Done by the Forces of Nature, are two of my favorite. And at any given time, they're like right up there. I would put them right next to the best of De La and Tribe as well too. I think they're comparable in many ways.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just hold them up real quick. Here's the Black Sheep, great album, and then the JBs, Jungle Brothers, Done by the Forces of Nature, great album. So, what did you think after listening to it?
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the Black Sheep first.
All right.
So I listened to Black Sheep 1st
Mhm.
and I listened to that because I was more familiar with at least the one song from the Black Sheep.
Yeah, everyone knows the choice. The choice is yours,
Yeah,
right?
the choice is yours.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna go with them first. And through the album, that was a lot dirtier than
Yeah.
I expected it. You know,
Yeah, Native Tongues always has that conscious thing, and then that's why I think that was part of the gimmick of their name. They're the Black Sheep of the crew.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it fits real well because yeah, just in that whole album, I was just like, wow, man, like, because like when you said they was a collective with Tribe and De La Soul, I was expecting the same things from Tribe and
Yeah.
what you had me listen to from De La Soul. Well, I guess I listened to the almost their whole discography now.
Yeah.
But I was expecting them to like hear like that kind of
It's definitely different.
vibe. But no, it was definitely different. It was raw and it was definitely uncut.
Yeah.
And so even with some of the skits with I guess I don't forget, was it he like on a game show or something like that, and he was talking about his,
Oh, it was like
yeah.
a talk show, right? The Ladies Against Texas MF.
Oh
right?
yeah, that one, that one right there, yeah. And I
Yeah.
was just like, yo, this guy, he
Yeah.
comes off a bit of like I know I get it's cool, but it comes off kind of a prick a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's
it definitely hasn't aged well. So, yeah.
it was wild, but the songs I liked off of it was I guess it's three from that album. It was of course The Choice Is Yours, the revive version, because there was another version
Yeah,
on
there's the
there.
original that's not quite it's good, but
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
everyone heard the other one first, so it's hard to like
yeah.
kinda
So
relate
that's
back.
what I
Yeah.
was saying. So I started rapping the lyrics. I was like, oh snap, you know what I'm saying? Like I know it, but I don't really like the beat to it. But the revisit version is the one I like better. Flavor of the Month was one of my. One of
I
the
think
ones
that
I
was the
liked on
first
there.
single from the album. I remember actually having the cassette single for it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
is the Flavor of the Month,
Yeah.
and then Black and No V, Black No Vision,
Yeah.
Black with No Vision.
That's a really good song. And that's the one that kind of pulls them back into the Native Tongues vibe. It's more
Yeah,
of a
that.
conscious,
Mhm.
which did throw me for a loop the first time I listened to the album because it's all this other stuff, and then I'm like, oh wait, he actually is saying something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I
So,
think it was a skit right before this where he was talking. He was getting in a taxi cab or something like that.
oh yeah.
Yeah, and then the cab driver didn't want to take him to Uptown.
Yeah.
He's making all these excuses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, those are the three ones I liked out of it. Overall, I give the album. It was a pretty good album. I definitely feel its age on it though, from kind of
Yeah.
from like what it is now and stuff like that. So I could feel some of the age. Like the only song, it was a couple songs on there where it felt like these can be classics.
hmm
Of course, The Choice Is Yours. That just don't really got a, I guess, time period in it. You know what I'm saying? Because like no
Yeah.
matter, I feel like I still listen to that.
Well, and it was on those car commercials for a while too, so that kind of
Oh yeah,
brought
with
it
the
back in.
hamsters. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's popped up in like TV shows every now or movies every now and then. I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you any off the top of my head.
Hmm.
Um, when my daughters played softball, some of the parents would play that
Oh yeah.
between games and
The
like
choice is
between
yours.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
so it's one of those is just kind of ubiquitous out there, kind of
Yeah,
it's
just it's
around.
just in
Yeah,
it's around and it's in
yeah,
there. Yeah. Who is the okay? So Drez is the main rapper, right?
yeah.
So that's him.
And then
Who was the other guy?
Mr. Long,
Yeah.
he's the like DJ producer.
Okay, so that's why I didn't hear
Yeah,
nobody else on the track.
I think he maybe does like a half rap on like one song,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, I forget which one it is. Someone I think it's Pass the Blunt or something like that.
Okay, it might be one of those.
Yeah, and he says something like you can pass it by me because
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
partake or
Cause
something like that.
he had like other people on there too,
Yeah,
like
Chiali's on
not
that one, and
yeah. It was I think he had like his manager on that joint or something like that. Cause he's like I don't rhyme, but I can get you paid or something like that. So
yeah,
yeah.
I forget who's on it. It doesn't have it on the credits right here, but
Oh, his A&R guy. That's what it was. It was his A&R guy.
yeah, probably
Yeah,
like Chris the Violator or something like that.
yeah, something.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but
no, it was. I see why it's a standout album though. I see why,
I think
especially in that time.
yeah, I mean, for me, I still listen to the whole album. I like almost every song on there.
Hmm.
I know some of it's a guilty pleasure, like because some of it is kind of crude, some of it is
Yeah,
not as politically correct
that's yeah, yeah.
as some would like. But
Uh
at
huh.
the same time, it's just kind of I think a lot of it was done in jest,
Yeah,
and I think you get that from it. It doesn't really come off as serious at times. But one of the things I really liked about it is just the production too. And I think we talked a little bit about this, but and I don't know the full story, but my understanding is that they produced it using just a simple sampler on a Gemini DJ mixer that wouldn't even save any of the samples. It was only like
yeah.
a 3 or 5 second sampler, and so they were having to like cut the samples and then sample them and then play them, and then they couldn't save them, so they had to kind of do it all in one take.
Dang.
I would love to sit like actually talk with them and find out,
What was
yeah, like how they did it really, and if the stories are true about them just using that. Because I mean, when I first started making beats, my sampler had like 13 seconds, but it saved them at least, and I
yeah.
had enough trouble having to resample a bunch of stuff, so I couldn't imagine not even be able to saving it and then just triggering it like with a button. You couldn't even really. I don't even know if it had any kind of MIDI in it or anything like that.
Ah,
So it was mostly just hand triggering, I think. But
yeah.
yeah, and that was before Pro Tools and all that stuff. So they were recording directly to tape and things like that. So yeah, I would really love to like
Go back and see like
yeah, or just at least talk to them and
hmm
like tell us how you produce that album. Like talk about the
yeah,
process and stuff. I think that'd be really cool.
because that
But
is legendary.
yeah,
That's some
yeah.
legendary stuff right there.
Um, And then I was gonna say, as far as I'm concerned, I think Drez is a top tier lyricist. I think
Mm.
even though a lot of it is kind of crude,
Yeah,
he says it very well, and his rhyme schemes and his pattern,
yeah,
um, and just the lyrics in general. Like even like on the Black but don't with No Vision or Black with Envy,
yeah. But
like it's very well worded and very
yes, it is.
and he says things very direct, but it's also very smooth. And his voice is one of my favorite
Yeah,
voices
he
because
has a
it's
good
very
flow.
smooth and he just flows. It's like very he rides the beat really well. So I definitely think he's a very underrated lyricist and MC in general. Um, yeah, and I think I told you he recently, within the last couple years, he put out an album maybe 2, 3 years ago,
Oh yeah.
all pressed by Stu Bangers.
Oh, you definitely
Yeah,
yeah. Because I remember that name, Stu Bacon, that you was
yeah.
talking about. Okay,
They did.
yeah,
It was like an EP. It was like 4 or 5 songs on it, and I remember I haven't listened to it in a while, but it was good from what I
yeah.
remember. And then he's done a few albums on his own before that. And supposedly he has one that's all Dilla beats,
Oh
and
really?
it's like sanctioned by Dilla's family and stuff too. So it's like a legit.
Dilla.
And I don't know if he recorded it with Dilla before, or if it's just they gave him beats to use. I'm
Oh
not
shit.
100% sure, but
Okay.
that's supposedly coming out at some point. He's been talking about it for a little while.
Oh.
Um, but that so I'm curious to hear that. As far as Black Sheep, they did one other album called Nonfiction.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I remember listening to it, buying it. I had it when it came out. But it's been a long time since I've actually sat down and listened to it. I didn't. I
Okay.
remember not liking it as much,
Yeah.
but I do need to definitely give it a like a
Not a quick.
revisit because I have seen a lot of people whose opinion I respect say that it's the better album.
Oh, then
You know,
this one.
yeah. So my thought, if I make what I remember is it didn't quite have the same sound. It was maybe a little more serious, or maybe like the beats
Okay.
weren't quite as like
Like traditional or something like that, or
no, like because this one like the samples they're funky, but they're also kind of some different like kind of in the whole daylight vibe, kind of
yeah,
different samples that
just
you
out
would
of
use and
yeah.
stuff. And so I think maybe the other one was a little more straightforward, if I remember right. But again, it's been so long I couldn't speak on it. But because some people that whose opinion I respect have said that recently, I'm been meaning to go back and listen to it.
Checking
So
it back out.
yeah, um,
So is this their first album?
yeah, that was their first one.
Okay. Oh, that was a good first album.
Yeah, I think it's for a debut album. I think it's stellar. Like
Yeah.
it's a really good album. Yeah, and I really enjoy it a lot. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's the yeah. I like the whole aesthetic they had on it as well and stuff like that. So
yeah,
uh yeah, it was a pretty good album. It's pretty good. I don't think I would probably like it probably wouldn't be like in a rotation,
nah,
but
but
it definitely like it was a good like sit through.
okay,
I guess you could say like a good time. They kept my attention
okay,
there. So the next one we got is the Jungle Brothers Down by the Forces of Nature.
yeah.
And
What did you think?
let me cause I lost my list right here. So let me go back and try to see what I
I think it's an excellent album. Um, just everything about it. It has the whole kind of native tongues vibe, very funky, very
yeah.
um, uplifting, very um, conscious. Um, but they had more of that kind of club vibe a little bit. So some of the songs are a little more that you can dance to, or maybe a little more
Yeah, a
upbeat. And
lot of
some of
songs on there where yeah you can dance to
yeah,
and stuff like that.
yeah, because I think they were more kind of came from more of a club scene as opposed to they were straight hip hop cats. They
yeah.
were came up with DJ Red Alert, and the main dude is Africa Baby Bam, so he's paying tribute to Africa Bambaataa and stuff.
Hmm.
Which I mean, if you listen to Africa Bambaataa, it's actually kind of more on that club scene too. Anyway,
Yeah,
it's
oh
kind of more
yeah.
upbeat, kind of
That party
that yeah that
people, yeah.
freestyle vibe. But
Hmm.
yeah,
So okay, so if I'm a list now.
all right,
All right, so what I thought about this album, honestly, I thought this was the better album than the Black Sheep album. Uh,
I could yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that. I
it
mean, I could
was
go either way some days depending on my
yeah,
mood.
and I was expecting because you was talking about like I might get that same feel from De La Soul, like that I first that it kind
Took
of
you a
threw
minute
me
to
off.
grow on.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
no, it right from the first song,
okay.
it jumped off real good, and I'm liking all these tracks right here, and I'm seeing that they're like the Jungle Brothers because I was expecting. I don't know actually what I was expecting going into this, but I like that they say like the jungle, like this, like the city. They living in the city of the jungle, I
Yeah.
guess like that, and that's why the Jungle Brothers or something like that. They explained it in the album better than I can. But the songs I liked off of there were okay. I'm gonna say with this one, Black Woman was I like what they were saying on it,
Hmm.
but I didn't really like the song if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's a slower beat
Yeah, it was a
and
slower
it's
beat. It was kind of like a little
yeah.
down tempo and
Yeah.
but I like what they were saying on it. Uh, what else we got here? We got promo number 2. Is that what it is? It says featuring Q-Tip.
Promo. That might maybe you were listening to like the because they did a later on they did a extended version that had like a bunch of bonus tracks because I don't believe that was on the original.
Oh, okay, so that's not on the original.
Yeah.
Well, that might be a bonus track then. Well, then I don't know about this one. Then, do your own thing.
Yeah, and do your own thing
Do,
with the D.
yeah, yeah. Do your own dang. There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah, dang. Do your own dang.
that's actually a really good posse track because I think it has
Yeah, it has Daylight. I think
Dayla
somebody from Daylight on
and
there.
Money Love is on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, I like that one actually. It's got a good beat to it too.
yeah,
So
yeah. It was nice to get you moving and stuff like
yeah.
that. Oh, done by the forces of nature. The title of the album.
Yeah.
That one was real good one right there. I like that one a lot. And was it Belly Dancing Dina?
That's a good one. I like
Yeah,
that one.
yeah, I like that one. Acknowledge your own history.
Yeah.
That
Was that the one that is that the instrumental one? Or
not.
no, I'm confusing that with I was confused that with another one. I can't remember which one.
I can't remember what the other one was because it
Triplex
was.
maybe?
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
one that was just a straight instrumental on
yeah.
there.
That might be tribe vibes.
And then the last one I like was "You Make Me Sweat."
Yeah,
So yeah, there was a lot more that I liked from the other album, and so yeah, man, the Jungle Brothers was doing a real good job with this.
yeah.
I had fun with this album. Like say that,
It's a
yeah,
fun, it's good, upbeat. I think this first side starts off with "Beyond This World," "Feeling Alright," "Sunshine," and "What You Waiting For" is like a great
yeah, kick
opening. It's
off.
just a
Hmm.
solid. I think is it "Beyond This World" that starts off with the "Round and round, upside down, live a lot of my life underneath the ground," which is
Yeah,
like one of my favorite opening lines of all time. Like I've always just liked that. Um, yeah, but yeah, this album, I think it came out after De La's, if I remember right.
hmm.
Because I think their first album, which was, I think it's Straight Out of the Jungle.
Child
That
Jungle.
was the kind of the first of the native tongues, and then I think it was De La, and then this one, and then I think Tribe.
Oh,
I
okay,
think
okay.
that's the order if I remember right. But yeah, I mean, I got this album when it first came out, and it it's on as much rotation on
Oh
in my
yeah.
life as any of the De La albums and any of the Tribe albums.
Okay, so let's go
Yeah,
hand in hand with it.
yeah, and same with Black Sheep. Like they're
Yeah.
yeah, I mean just incredible albums. And Jungle Brothers, they went. I mean, their first album is good. It's a little. I kind of would compare like to like BDP, where the Criminal Minded, where it's more of a
Yeah.
simpler, just straight drum kind of. That's the way
Uh-huh.
like um, Straight Outta Jungle is. And
Oh,
plus they have
okay.
like the song "All House You," which was kind of their hit, I guess, which is more of a dance track. And then this one is like By Any Means Necessary, where it's a more
Yeah,
like
man, instruments and stuff
fulfilled
like that.
album, like
Hmm.
better, like more samples,
Got a
more
lot more meat on the bones,
yeah.
pretty much. Yeah.
Both are really good albums, but this I think was their like masterpiece. The album after this was I can't remember, but there was, if I remember right, on that album they weren't able to release the album they wanted to because it was very experimental.
Oh yeah.
Like it was a complete 180 from this, a lot more like weirder.
Uh-huh.
And the label kind of pushed back, and so they had to. And it was still there's some weird songs on there, but it's a good album too. And I wish I could think of the name off the top of my head. Um, and then over the years they released a few other albums that were kind of um, they never quite captured the same sound, but they always had
Yeah.
some good tracks on them. Um, you know, and but yeah, that's definitely there.
Yeah, I say yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, for this album, this Jungle Brother album, I like that kept me moving
Yeah,
and kept me, I guess you could say, in a party mode. But they also were saying some real stuff on there too.
yeah. I mean, most of the songs have some sort of positive
Yeah.
message. I mean, I don't know if Belly Dance and Dina has a
Yeah, I don't know about
conscious
that,
message,
but
but
not.
it's still a cool song.
Yeah, but I like how it's not just a whole album just straight like just club songs.
Yeah, it's a good.
They do have a good mix in there, and even in those club songs, they are saying
Yeah,
some, I guess they have substance in those songs. Like
yeah,
I'm
and the
trying to
club
say.
songs aren't like kind of the first album where they were like a straight house song. They're more like tribal music with
Hmm.
upbeat,
Yeah.
kind of a mix of that, like
Okay.
among upbeat kind of funk and tribal,
Yeah.
like African rhythms and stuff like that. And some of the songs that are really cool, and done very well. And I think it was self-produced. I think they did
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah, I think they were the main. I think because they credit, um, yeah, African Baby Bam, Red Alert, Mark the 45 King. I think helped out on it.
Okay.
Um, but I think it was a lot of it was them. Like they did a lot of the productions themselves. So
That is
yeah,
great, then, man. I love when artists can do like productions on their own and
yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah,
When it's done right, when it's done right.
yeah. So well, I'm glad you liked
Yeah, I like both of the albums.
both
It
of
was
them.
it was it was pretty good.
I was
But I definitely like the Jungle Brothers better though. I
I
definitely.
wasn't sure because that one is more kind of delves more to that De La side, and I think that
Yeah,
the Black Sheep is a little more closer to like
the what I usually
straight hip
like.
hop. So I wasn't 100% sure, but I also
Yeah,
knew that you would appreciate the lyrics and things on the Jungle Brothers probably a little bit more.
yeah,
So yeah, that's
yeah. I
cool.
guess it's just a mixed bag with me sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's hard to tell some days. You're gonna throw stuff out there. So
Yeah,
yeah, um, yeah, I think that's
that's about it, right? For the
yeah
those
for
two
those
albums.
two.
Hmm.
We still got some time. I forgot to start our timer, but I think we're
Oh yeah,
still.
we sure did. Yeah.
Yeah. I did want to mention. Um, it's actually what's been on my record. It's a guy named Kero One, Kero, and then one
Okay.
spelled out one. Um, and I came across this. I had this album a long time ago, but I'd forgotten all about it, and then I remembered it.
Yeah.
It's called I can't think of the name of it right now. Um, Windmills of the Soul, maybe.
What? Okay.
But it's and I'd forgotten what a good MC and producer and stuff he is. So he's I'm not sure he's Asian. I'm not sure where he's from, but he's from California too.
All right.
But a very soulful, jazzy, um, very just kind of a I wouldn't call him like a super lyricist or anything, but just a really good MC. And so I was going to tell you you might want to check some of his stuff
Okay.
out.
What did you say his name is?
Kero One,
Kiro
Kero, and
one.
then One.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, yeah. I mentioned I was gonna tell you about him just, and I wish I could think of some of the other albums. But he's got
You got
quite
some
a
pretty
few
good
out
stuff.
there. Yeah, and some of them are like they'll delve more into jazz, almost like kind of hip hop jazz instrumental stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm basically discovering his whole catalog. Um, and then I also was gonna mention to you, I came across there's this. It's a German rapper by the name of Misanthrope.
Miss Anthrop.
Misanthrope, like which means like
Anthrop. Wait,
mis
anthropic or
mis
something like that.
misanthropic. I can't
Yeah.
say
See, I
it.
can't say it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
terrible at this. I'm like mushmouth over here trying to say it. Um, but he raps in German, so I have no idea what he's saying.
Oh, okay. But you
But
feel it though.
you feel it.
Okay.
It rhymes. It flows. And the beats. Most of it's kind of has that classic kind of not quite boom bap, but that kind of era, that mid '90s
Okay. Like hip
era.
hop, old like.
Yeah, but then there are a few tracks that kind of pull into more of a modern sound. Um, Even has some of the triples in there that
Oh
I'm
yes,
usually
you
not a
don't.
fan of, but
Yes, you
it
don't.
works
He's
because the
like,
whole beat's not like a trap beat, but it'll have a kind of more modern sound to it.
yeah,
But yeah, and some of it has kind of like a rougher, like heavier, almost like a industrial hip hop sound at sometimes. But
yeah.
so I'm been exploring his catalog all week. The one I can't tell you the name of the album off the top of my head. It's like three German words,
Oh
but
yeah.
but it just came out. He just released it recently, and his stuff he releases on Bandcamp and for free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a pay what you want. So
So same thing with the. I guess it's like what we was talking about before, where you can just pay
yeah, you can
whatever
download it
you.
for free, or you can kick them down with something. So
Okay, so that's a
um,
good way to support an artist.
yeah, so I would definitely suggest people check them out. Um, yeah, I don't have something to show you, but it's Misanthrope, MIS. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
I have it on here. I should be able to, because I definitely think you should check it. It's weird, like, it's funny not knowing what he's saying,
But you still
but you still
like
like,
this hard.
yeah.
See, that's how you know music doesn't have boundaries. A language boundaries. Like you can like something without even understanding it.
So probably can't see it on there, but the album is called Leben Metal Punkt, Punkt.
Okay.
Yeah, and his name is Misanthrope, so it's Misthrop. So, and that's the most recent album. Um, yeah, and I really really like it. What I've heard so far. So, um, definitely would check him out.
Check that out.
Um, and the last one I was gonna throw out there is just Brother Ali's album came out, Sanctified Soul. He just dropped that
Okay.
a couple weeks ago. Produced all by Ant, who is the main producer from Atmosphere and who produced Brother Ali's first three or four albums,
Yeah.
like
Oh, you
complete.
know what? I did listen to that.
The
It was
Sanctified Soul
I think
or
it's Satisfied Soul.
Satisfied Soul.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Satisfied Soul. Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, I'm glad you corrected me
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
That's I like the album a lot. I think it's a really solid
Yeah.
album.
It was. It
Very
was.
soulful. Very
The guy got a lot of tracks on there that I
yeah,
that I that I mess with.
yeah. The one that I can remember off the top of my head is Better But Us.
Oh, but yeah,
Yeah,
everything
because he's
got better
basically talking
but
about
us.
his first marriage. You know how they
Oh,
always
he's married twice.
yeah. So it's
Okay.
and he talks like how we were struggling and not really getting along, and then all of a sudden I started making money with my music,
Yeah.
and everything in life got better but us. And so
Yep.
at some point they
Because it was a part where he said I bought you a Benz, but even that didn't make you happy or something like that,
yeah
or some kind of car. But
yeah
Yeah, I
So
feel. I guess for me, from that album, if I can remember off the top of my head, it's probably been. I like Castaway.
yeah,
Uh,
drum,
Drum.
drum was
Yeah,
good.
Drum.
Let's see.
Trying to think. I mean, let me see what I got in here too.
I have the whole album on here. I'm still listening to it, so I don't quite remember everything. I just remember drums. Satisfied Soul was really good.
Yeah, it was a good
Um,
opening. Okay, here you go. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, I like deep cuts. Oh, higher learning at the sky
yeah.
high. That was good. That was good. Don't. Ocean of Rage. That's pretty good. Oh, let me talk about two dudes on there. Because that's the one he was talking about where he met KRS One and
Oh
KRS
yeah.
One like was kind of I guess bullying him or like diss him a little bit.
Well, I
I didn't really
think
get to understand the story too much.
so. When he was a teenager, he went to I think it was a where Karis One was speaking, not performing,
Okay.
and he actually pulled Brother Ali up on stage and introduced, and they talked for a minute.
Yeah.
This story is about, I think, later on when he met him again,
Yeah.
and he was so excited, like, and I think he was disappointed because he didn't think he remembered him. If I think that's what it was, kind of. So he felt
Oh,
like
okay.
he was just kind of brushed off. He was
Yeah.
hoping. I think that was what I took from. I need to, like I said, I need to listen a little bit more. But yeah, yeah, I remember that because he's talked a lot about how Karis One pulled him up there, and I forget exactly what he said originally, like that when I think he was like 14 or something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think that song Two Dudes when he's talking about Karis One, it was later on when he met him again, and I think he was disappointed that Karis One didn't remember him, kind of thing. That's the vibe I got from it. I'd have to listen
Yeah.
and read the lyrics better, but
Yeah. I know. I was
yeah,
because the vibe I got from it, or the I guess the perspective I got from it was that he met KRS One. He took a photo of KRS One when he was a kid. He got older, and then KRS One was kind of clowning him because he said he took the phone because he showed KRS One the picture or something like that.
that's right. Yeah,
And so I don't know I don't know like whether like yeah I gotta go back
yeah, I
in
need to
and like
listen to it more,
read
but
the whole
yeah,
thing. But
so
I mean that was honestly I don't know I kind of was a little iffy about that track. I like the story of it, but I
mhm.
didn't really like the I guess the actual track on that
Okay.
one.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like the album, but I need to spend a little bit more time with it.
Yeah,
It's hard when there's always new albums coming out to really spend the time I want with some of them, but that's definitely one I need to dig into a little bit more. Just I've been a Brother Ali fan for a long time, so
yeah, and you've been putting me on them. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
I'm still here. I'm looking at the track list.
Speaking of which, just put it out there if anybody cares. He's performing here in May, and I got tickets,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna take Nate with me.
yeah, we're gonna see a
And
Brother
if
Ali
I
concert.
think they just announced that on some of them, and including the Dallas State Merce, is going to be opening for him.
Okay, so it's my first time gonna be able to see him.
Yeah, so
Okay,
it'll be Merce. There's another group performing too, and then DJ Abilities has a solo set as a DJ, and then he'll be backing up Brother Ali.
okay.
So it'll
Oh,
be that. So it ought to be a good
great
show.
time.
Yeah, and May can't get here quick enough because I definitely want to see that. I
What
saw
day was it again? It was
May 8th, maybe
maybe May 8th.
8th or
Okay.
9th, something like that. The
Oh,
first week or
yeah, it was like the first week of May.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm excited about that. When I saw him open for Atmosphere in LA, probably 12 years ago, maybe.
Oh yeah.
It would have been just after or right around the time his second album was coming out. Which I can't think of the name of that one off the top. Was it Shadows of the Sun, maybe? Um, and it was one of the best performances. I'd never seen anybody like that hungry on the mic, like live. Like it was just like
Yeah, like
pure
he
like
was
desire.
there.
Like he was just, yeah. I mean, he just, it was just raw emotion on the stage. I was really blown away by him. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I liked it better than Atmosphere. I mean, Atmosphere was great too. They're always good, but
He took
of
you
that show,
away.
I was like, yeah, no, Brother Ali was the star that night. So yeah, I forget who else was with them. I know it was Brother Ali and then Atmosphere, but I think there was somebody between them, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm excited to see him. That's the only time I've seen him. So
Well, yeah, I can't wait to see what he do. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I can't wait to see him actually live. And now that I listened to the album, and I'm pretty familiar with the album
okay,
already, yeah, because I listened to it a couple of times already.
okay,
So Yeah, man. Hopefully he performs this. You know.
I mean, I think it's the Sanctified or Satisfied Soul tour, so I'm assuming he'll play most of it, and then I'm sure he'll play like
Go into his greatest hits or something like that.
yeah, he'll do like um, Forrest Whitaker, which is a
Okay.
good song.
I'm not sure if I heard that one.
That's that's one of my favorites. It's kind of sad that he called it Forrest Whitaker because it's kind of a diss and it not. It's basically about kind of being ugly.
Okay. Yeah, I see.
But my favorite line, and I actually have a shirt of his, and it
Uh
says, um, "When I look in the mirror, all I see is sexy ass me." And because he has a line, he's
huh.
like, my head's bumpy, and
Yeah.
at any given time I'm a few pounds overweight, and my clothes
Oh,
are always dirty from working. But
yeah.
whenever I look in the mirror, I always see is sexy ass me,
See, all I see is
and that's what
sexy
the
as
whole
me.
song is basically just about,
I love the
just
confidence,
loving
man.
yourself. Yeah,
Yeah, I love the
yeah.
confidence.
So I guess in a way, I mean, I don't know if it, I don't
Is
know
it
if you've ever met Forrest Whitaker either. That'd be funny if they,
run into each
yeah,
other? So
running.
yeah.
Dude, you made a song about me, but I don't know if he'll do that. Maybe Freedom Ain't Free, or those are a couple. And then, I mean,
Okay.
he's had so many albums, it's hard to, um,
Choose one. I know
yeah,
the one I did listen to was that quick one he had was the Ministry or something like that.
yeah, Brother Minister,
Yeah,
yeah,
Ministry. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That one was it was a good
It's
concept
cool,
on the
yeah,
album
because he
too.
just
Yeah,
produced 1 minute songs. He produced them all himself and
really.
recorded them, I believe, in hotel rooms while he was on tour. If you're not familiar with the album, it's just self-produced 1 minute long songs, and
One
there's about a
minute
dozen of them, so it's a 12 minute album or something like that. And
goes
they're
by quick.
yeah, but every song on there is really cool, and they're just he gets in and out, and
Yep.
yeah, and the beats are cool on it. Pretty basic, nothing like really. I mean, in a minute, there's not a lot you can do on a beat. So
Yeah.
the beat comes in, he rhymes for 50 seconds, and the beat goes out.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah,
Shut it off.
yeah. So he's supposed to. I thought he was gonna do a second one because that's volume one.
Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully one of these days he.
Does the second one?
Yeah, which would be cool. So yeah,
Yeah, I would like that. I would
yeah.
like that. And like
So
you can't say you ain't got time to listen to
I know it's a
it.
12 minute record.
Can't
So
say.
yeah, yeah.
Or you want to get into the top five?
Yep, we'll do that. You want to pick this time?
Let's
I think I did
see.
last week.
I got you. See what this one
Uh,
is. Top five native tongues. Oh no! Oh my God! Native tongue songs.
wow, that's coincidence. We were just talking.
Right?
All right, I'm gonna make a quick roll.
Okay.
They have to be different groups.
Okay. So it got to be De La, Tribe, Jungle Brothers,
Black Sheep,
Black
and
Sheep.
then
I don't know. I mean Queen Latifah, right? Or
yeah, I wouldn't because she was more flavor unit most of the time. So
okay.
um, they had a couple posse tracks. So Tribe song, De La song, Black Sheep song, Jungle Brothers, and then their best posse track.
Okay. I don't know. Let me see. I ain't be able to think about
So I'll
that.
name a few. There was Scenario off the Quest album.
Okay. Well, yeah,
Um,
easily. Bam.
there's that. There's Doing Our Own Thing.
Hmm.
There's Buddy.
Buddy from De La Soul. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the only three. I know there's other ones. Those are the three I can tell. Um, it's a toss up on it. I mean, at any given time, I like
So out of all those three.
those three. I mean, Scenario's probably the best of them, especially the remix with Busta Rhymes on it.
Yeah,
But
that's the one I was gonna go with,
yeah,
just because one, I'm more familiar with that one, and it's scenario. You know, that
yeah,
beat is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
but Buddy's a great song,
Yeah, Buddy is a great song.
and Doing Our Own Thing is a good song.
Yeah,
So, but
I'm
I'll go with Scenario.
you
So
go scenario.
that's
Yeah,
one. So, um,
scenario. I guess let's see best song. Okay, Black Sheep easily. Choice is yours.
the
Both.
choice is yours.
Yeah. Let's.
For me, I'm gonna go with. Um, maybe either Similac Child
Okay.
or maybe Black with No Vision or Envy.
The Similac Child one. That was when he was talking about the girl with the
Basically, like
jugs,
a
right?
natural girl, like all
Okay.
natural. I just like
Okay.
that because I think that's the one that has dogs in the beat, like in the barking.
Yeah, I think
They
so.
just kind of flow along the beat.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Black with Envy. That's my
Black
favorite.
Widow. Okay,
Yeah.
Black One Envy.
Yeah.
All right. Jungle Brothers one. I want to say Done by the Forces of Nature.
You can go with that one.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna go with Feeling All Right.
feeling all right.
I like that song. Or yeah, I'm gonna go with Feeling All Right. This will change if you ask us this next week. It's
Yeah,
gonna
oh yeah,
change
most
completely.
definitely.
But yeah, that's the only way. Now,
Tribe,
Tribe. I'm gonna go with Excursions probably. That's
Excursion.
the opening track on Low End Theory.
Oh, with that upright bass. Doom.
Yeah, the upright
Yeah,
bass
okay.
and then and Q-Tip just that or I don't know. That's my favorite song probably by them.
Uh,
I don't
the
necessarily know if
one
it's
I
their
can
best,
just is
but
playing in my head right now is World Tour.
World Tour.
Yeah, for Midnight
Yeah,
Marauders.
War Tour. Yeah,
Yeah.
go War Tour with Muhammad, my man.
Yep.
Yeah, I do love that beat. That is a good
Yeah,
beat,
it's a
and that's a
very
good
good beat.
song. But I don't know. I just love Excursions, the way the bass rolls and the way he's, you know, just basically talking about music and
Yeah.
that was it. Daddy says the music goes in something, and he's like, well, don't you know the Michael or Bobby's just amping like Michael, 'cause it makes,
Hmm.
yeah, like how music just kind of keeps
Yeah.
flowing. Yeah. So, um,
Okay, now it's time for your favorite group.
yeah, this is almost an impossible.
Okay, I'm gonna say mine just so I can get mine out the way.
Yeah,
I am my B. De La Soul.
that's that's one of them. That and Break of Dawn
Mm-hmm.
are probably my two favorite, but like Potholes and Plug Tuning are two of my. I love
Got
those.
potholes in my lawn.
Um, my brother's a bass head. I love that song
Oh
actually.
yeah.
Yeah. And Saturdays. That's a good song.
Saturdays.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of more of an upbeat kind of
Yeah, I was.
fun song, but it's
Yeah.
just a good song with the grease sample and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Break It On. That's
Break it
probably
down.
my all-time favorite. But
Okay.
yeah, that was easier than I thought. But
Yeah, I know. Usually we struggle
yeah,
treacherously on this, but
yeah.
hey,
So all right,
so we got there.
cool.
Oh, did you? I didn't do it this week, but did you have an album for them
Oh,
to check out?
actually, I the
I was just.
Misanthrope.
Oh
The
yeah. Okay.
yeah, I did that without even thinking about it. I'd forgotten we were starting that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I'll revert. Check out. I can't remember the title again. Leben Metal Punkt by Misanthrope, German rapper.
Mm-hmm.
If you were look up Misanthrope, you'll probably come across a half dozen metal and black metal bands. So you got to look for the hip hop one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely check that one out. And then the Kiro, which was Windmills. Let me find it on here. I can tell you for sure. I think it was Windmills of the Soul. Um, find it. I know it's on here somewhere. Probably passed it already. Windmills of the Soul by Kiro
Windmills of
One.
the Soul.
Yeah. So those would be my two that I would suggest listening to.
Gotcha.
Do you have anything?
I do not. The only thing I've been playing lately is kind of songs I already been listening to.
Yeah.
So, I guess the last album I was listening to was really off, like from what we going through now, but is Mode 3 Gangsta Love. Love that album. That is if you in that kind of mood, in that romantic mood, that is a great album to listen to. So yeah. But I guess that'd be mine for the I guess for this week.
Yeah.
Off the top of the dome, I guess.
That's all
But
right. Everybody, we gotta listen to something
yeah,
sometimes, right?
right. Change it up on y'all a little bit.
Yeah. Um, I was about to say something and I completely forgot. My dog distracted me. So, um, anyway, thanks everybody for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Check out some of the stuff we're talking about. Let us know what you think and tune in, like, subscribe, and share.
Yep, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks.